The first shelter was located on Pico, and we actually had an ocean view. We were in a ramshackle little hut, and we took over, the city had donated to us a skating rink. It had no cages, it had no anything, it was just a plain skating rink. So initially when we got dogs in, we tied them up on a clothesline to keep them apart, to keep them from fighting. But it worked. It was gradual, it took a long time, but eventually we did what we needed to do, and 33 years later, I have this enormous, beautiful, magical place that does what nobody else does and does it the way nobody else does it as well as we do it.
They really seek to give each animal that comes through here the best experience while they're here. I mean, let's face it, this is still an animal shelter, and it's not the ideal environment for any animal to live in, but the volunteers here really go the extra mile to try to make sure that while those animals are here, they have the best, the best care they can get, medical, food. They try to keep their environment clean. The dogs get walked every day. The cats get socialized every day. The rabbits get socialized. All those animals really get the best care they can.
We have a trap, neuter, return program, and where we go out and we'll trap community cats that are unowned, and we'll take them to vets who have made arrangements with us to get a spay neuter done. Pet Project Foundation pays for that. So if donors can realize what we're doing, that's helping the community as much as the cat, because we're not having a lot more kittens being born. If people realize we're doing this, I think that people would want to support us.
Every cent that we raise for Pet Project Foundation is raised to make sure that the animals in San Clemente and Dana Point have the best situation that they can have until we find that forever home.
I would say that the vast majority of animals that are treated at the true cost of care, but it's the laboratory testing and the surgical supplies and anesthetic equipment and things that cost money to maintain and operate that do create significant expense. I mean, a critically ill animal, a puppy that can be treated for parvovirus can cost thousands of dollars.
If it wasn't for PPF, we wouldn't be able to have the type of shelter we have. We have a trainer, that's me, that PPF helps pay for. We wouldn't be able to do all the medical things that we do that are out of the ordinary, like hip replacements if we have to do that, or help them if they going to have puppies if they're pregnant.
The thing I think that most people don't know about PPF, Pet Project Foundation, is the amount of funding they supply to this shelter and a lot of the behind-the-scenes things they do. Not only do they pay for all the medical care for the animals, food, whether it be specialized food or just the basic food that a dog, cat, rabbit, whatever animal needs, but they also pay for the dog trainer. How many animal shelters do you know that have a certified pet dog trainer on staff? PPF really, without them, the shelter wouldn't be able to afford that. The kennel attendant salaries are in a large part paid for by PPF, and that's a huge benefit to the community of San Clemente, Dana Point, South Orange County, is that this shelter is so well funded that it can function in such a pro-humane manner.
What we have here is a minor miracle. We have a 99% rate adoption. I have the privilege of telling people that 95% of your donation goes directly toward the care and feeding of the animals.
I think about the rabbits and the cats who haven't been adopted right away, and how the volunteers step in and spend hours, if it means socializing them so they are more adoptable, come in on their off hours to give that extra time because this particular animal needs special handling or special care. I've seen that so often, that people going above and beyond to make sure that they meet the need of that individual animal with their individual personality and their individual needs. And
I've often said you cannot be in the animal business and not be in the people business too. So to see a child with their first animal walking out of here, or a senior citizen, or a couple who's starting off in life and they're adopting their first animal, I know that this is going to change their lives. This is going to improve their lives. This is going to make a huge difference, not only in the life of the animal, but in the life of the people. So you can't be in the animal business and not be in the people business too.
you get to meet people, and you get to meet people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, but we all have one thing in common, and that's our love and passion for animals.
I think the most satisfying part of that is seeing an animal that otherwise would have either had a miserable existence or been euthanized find a loving home. And there can't be anything more gratifying than that. And the animals, I mean, they just come across as being grateful. I mean, they finally have peace. And that's a hard thing to give, and it's a wonderful thing to see.
What keeps me coming back to the San Clemente Dana Point Animal Shelter and Pet Project Foundation is that this is an organization that really goes the extra mile to help its animals. And I like to do what I can to help them because I believe in their mission. And I think that, you know, anything I can do to help them to get more publicity, to garner more donations, to make this shelter better for the animals is great. I mean, you know, I'll be dead and gone, and hopefully this will carry on.
Because of you, we are able to do what we do. We cannot do it on our own. We need your help. We appreciate your help. We honor your help. You are what makes this place work. If it wasn't for you and your donations and your love of animals and your willingness to step forward and prove your love of animals, we couldn't do what we're doing.
PPF does a lot for the shelter. If it wasn't PPF, we would be a kill shelter. If that's the whole case. If it wasn't for all that PPF did and all the time and energy that all the volunteers put in, then we wouldn't be able to have what we have.
Yeah, because of you, because of the donors and the supporters, we've been able to build this cat room, which has helped the cats immensely with their transitioning from home life to shelter life, and then also from going from shelter life back to home life. We've been able to work with them a lot better. They're not stuck in little cages, and if you go in there and look at the cats, they're just lounging around, they're playing, they're happy, and it's all because of our donors.
Because of you, there are countless abandoned, injured, ill, cancer-ridden animals that can be helped. Instead of miring away until they die, there are concerned individuals who will come in, take them from their circumstances, elevate them back to health, and find them a loving home. It doesn't get any better than that.
When I look in the face of an animal, I see pure love. They have no fear of giving it to us. Any cat, any dog, any rabbit, they simply want to be loved in return. You can be angry with them, you can swear at them, you can hit them, which some people do, but they'll come back and they'll love you. They love unconditionally. There is no condition on their love whatsoever. They will do anything for you. Just return their love is all they ask, not much.